With the growing number of connected devices available today, organizations can record a wealth of information about their operating environments. But the one question that arises is how can we act on this wealth of information? We can do this by leveraging ArcGIS Velocity, which is a new capability that extends Esri's geospatial cloud, specifically with real-time and big data functionality. It provides a wide variety of capabilities for ingesting real-time sensor data. It also provides an end-to-end system for analysis. It supports analyzing data in real time, in near real time with scheduling, and over time, even with large volumes of data. You can then take immediate action as a result of the analysis, such as sending notifications or triggering other processes in your workflow. Now, with an estimated 80% of sensor data having a spatial component, we can apply the power of location to solve everyday needs. Whether it's ensuring employee safety, optimizing our resources and key assets, or protecting critical infrastructure. There are also more specific industry use cases, such as in the utility sector, we have SCADA integration and operations monitoring, allowing organizations to make operational decisions in real time. In the agriculture and environmental space, there's crop and air quality monitoring. And in transportation, there's an increasing number of roadway sensors to bring in data from connected vehicles. Now, let's take a deeper dive into how we can utilize ArcGIS Velocity to protect critical infrastructure from incoming weather events. ArcGIS Velocity is a new real-time and big data capability for ArcGIS Online. It makes it easy for you to consume and analyze real-time information for monitoring. To bring in real-time tracks from sensors, assets, or vehicles, we get started by creating a feed. In addition to ArcGIS layers, we can bring in data from cloud IoT platforms like Azure and Amazon Web Services, or from a web and messaging service like Kafka or HTTP. And finally, we have started to make it even easier to connect to partner services like Verizon's vehicle tracking solution. To get started, you simply connect to the data of your choice and configure your data model. ArcGIS Velocity makes this easy by setting up and defining the schema for you based on a sample data set. After that, there are a few more steps to complete, and then you're ready to use this new feed. Now that we've created a feed, we can now start to construct a real-time analytic, which can be put together in minutes by linking feeds to different analytic tools. There are analysis tools for filtering income features by geofences, enriching moving assets with motion statistics, and calculating distances between assets and locations of interest. In this real-time analytic, our goal is to define the proximity of lightning strikes to our substations. This starts with our lightning to ground feed that we just created. We're then going to be running several different buffer operations to create a 1, 5, and 10-mile buffer. Then we can compare those buffers with the location of our substations. This will then generate outputs informing us on how many times a lightning strike was within these set distances of our substations. We can also create a big data analytic, which can perform batch analysis and processing on stored data, such as data in a feature layer or cloud big data stores. This is a great tool for processes that don't have to be run as frequently as a real-time analytic and focuses on analyzing data over time. And because of that, we have more tools available, like the overlay layers and snap to network tools, to run additional processes. In this example, we're looking at transmission lines and comparing those to NOAA weather warning polygons, as well as a wind forecast, to then return the true mileage of transmission lines that are impacted by these weather events. Once our workflow is complete, we can then choose to run this big data analytic either once, schedule it to run periodically, or at a recurring time. Now that our analytics are created, we can now start to visualize these results. By incorporating our national assets along with our results from the analytics in one view, we can better understand how weather can impact our operations. Here we can see how many times a lightning strike was within 5 or 10 miles of a substation. And now since we've been running this analytic over time, we can also look at the results over the last 15 minutes or even the last 30 minutes. We can also look and see how many times the substations fell within 1 mile of a lightning strike. We can even view the list of these substations that are impacted and select them and view them on the map. If we transition to our transmission lines, we can see how the analytic was able to calculate how many miles of transmission lines are currently within a weather warning. It also enabled us to create these lists here that are showing specific transmission segments that intersect flood warnings, fire watches, and high wind speed forecasts. I can then gain a better understanding of these impacted line segments by selecting one, which will then zoom me into that part of the network. By leveraging the results from our analytics, we are now more informed on possible threats to our infrastructure. ArcGIS Velocity is a configurable real-time and big data engine for ArcGIS Online. We start by ingesting sensor data with wide support for different data formats. We then analyze this feed, whether in real time, near real time with scheduling, or massive amounts of data over time. Then, finally, we use the results of our analysis to create alerts and take action. The best part is that it's hosted and managed for you, so that automated data ingestion and analysis is easier than ever before. If you would like any additional information, please feel free to reach out to your account management team.